Those who do not know how to thank people do not truly thank God. The children in our neighborhood had agreed to play a match on the dirt field the previous day. The so-called dirt field was actually a large, vacant lot between the houses in their neighborhood. As long as no one built houses there, it was their football field. Even their fathers played matches there on some weekends. Akif noticed that Osman was late and went to call him. When he reached Osman's house, he shouted with all his might, "Osmaan, Osmaan." A minute later, Osman stuck his head out the window. "Why are you yelling so early in the morning? Are you the neighborhood's walking alarm service?" he grumbled. Akif was upset by Osman's complaint. He kicked the ground lightly and replied angrily, "Did you forget? We had a match this morning. The kids from the other neighborhood are already here. You're the only one missing." Osman had indeed forgotten about the match and had overslept. His eyes widened in shock and he shouted down at Akif, "I'm coming right away, Akif. I'm so sorry. I'll make it up to the guys, don't worry." He quickly put on his beloved red and white jersey. It was his team jersey, but the real reason he loved it was that his father had given it to him as a birthday present. The number 10 was printed on the back. His father had chosen this number because Osman was a talented footballer. Because of this, his friends sometimes called him Perfect 10 Osman. Running together, they reached the field 2 streets behind Osman's house. They were already sweating. The warm spring air had faded and the summer heat had begun to take hold. That's why they played their matches early in the morning. Osman's teammates were frowning. Osman was a good player and his absence had made everyone tense. The opposing team, on the other hand, was in high spirits. They were confident they would win since Osman hadn't shown up. When Osman suddenly appeared, everyone was surprised. The opposing team's excitement faded. They were no longer laughing and chatting. Osman apologized to his teammates for forgetting the match. Their captain Muhammad spoke up. "Everyone knows what to do, right? When you find a chance to score, pass to Osman and Akif. They're our best scorers." It was Muhammad who had come up with the idea of playing against the opposing team. Their rivals were strong, playing a match every week. Some of their players were even members of sports clubs, training professionally and competing in official games. One of these players was Ali, Muhammad's classmate and the captain of the opposing team. Ali had boasted in class, saying, "No team has ever beaten us." Muhammad had taken offense and replied, "Our team is great too. You only think that way because you've never played against us." "Ha, don't make me laugh, Muhammad. We train twice a week and learn real techniques. You can't compare yourselves to us," Ali retorted. "Osman's dad teaches us techniques too, so what?" Muhammad had shot back. Their argument had led to this match. Winning was very important to Muhammad and his team. Osman's father had once played for the city team in his youth but had to quit when he went to the army. However, he still played football occasionally and never lost his passion for the sport. Sometimes he gathered the neighborhood kids to train them. After both teams finalized their strategies, the exciting match began. The opposing team was on the attack. Ali constantly shouted at his teammates, giving them orders. "Come on, what are you doing? I told you how to play." Meanwhile, Muhammad encouraged his team with applause and motivation. "You're doing great, guys, keep it up." The first goal was scored by Ali's team. The scorer, Erkin, and his teammates were overjoyed. Ali taunted the other team. "Hey Bobbies, don't cry, maybe when you grow up you can score goals like us." During halftime, Muhammad's team was feeling down. He tried to lift their spirits. "Guys, they train regularly every week, we don't just do your best." Osman added cheerfully, "Then let the best team win. Let's not give up so we can win, this match is ours." Osman's confident voice lifted his teammates' spirits. Sure enough, as soon as the second half started, Osman scored his first goal. He dashed forward and kicked the ball so powerfully that he skidded across the field, covering his red and white jersey in dirt. He laughed and shouted, "Ali, hey look, the Bobbies just scored a goal." The second half was even more intense. Both teams played with determination and excitement. More children and even some adults from the neighborhood had gathered to watch. Ali's father was even recording the match to upload it online. Despite their best efforts, neither team could score another goal. The match was so fast-paced that the referee struggled to keep up, blowing his whistle at every foul. 5 minutes left, Muhammad called out. The children were exhausted. Even though it was still morning, the heat was overwhelming. Maybe that's why they weren't scoring. Normally, they scored at least 5 goals in their usual matches. Osman was frustrated. A last-minute goal would decide the winner. He didn't want the match to end in a draw. Gathering his final strength, he launched an attack. Everyone was stunned by his sudden movement. He skillfully kept the ball away from defenders until he saw the goal, then delivered a powerful shot. As Osman's goal hit the net, the referee blew the final whistle. The entire field erupted in cheers. Akif and the others rushed to celebrate Osman. Ali collapsed onto the ground and sighed, these kids have grown up too fast. His teammates stood in disbelief watching their rivals celebrate. They had expected a draw, but Osman's last-minute goal had changed everything. The spectators clapped enthusiastically, praising both teams for a great match. Unable to hold back any longer, Ali's father, Nazim Bey, stepped onto the field. "You were amazing, kids. At your age, I had barely even touched a football." "Did we really play well?" Muhammad asked eagerly. "Yes, you were all fantastic. You deserve a reward. Let's get some ice cream, but first wash up and cool down a bit." "Yay!" the kids cheered in delight. A little later, they sat under the tall, old trees of the neighborhood park, happily eating their ice creams. Nazim Bey smiled. "Osman, your friends should thank you. You were today's star." "Thanks, but I couldn't have scored without them," Osman replied humbly. "Good answer. Football is a team effort. Respect, love, and unity win matches." His teammates grinned. "Thanks, perfect 10 Osman, you were amazing." Nazim Bey nodded. "This reminds me of a saying from our beloved prophet. Those who do not know how to thank people do not truly thank God. Always remember to appreciate those who help you." Smiling, the kids finished their ice cream and in unison shouted, "Thank you, Uncle Nazim."